I received a couple suggestions about servicing this larger speaker. The suggestions were to try removing this outside rim, take out the center nut here, and undo the wires going to the voice coil. I've actually already unsoldered them from these lugs here, and then there's a little kind of spring thing that keeps them in position so I can undo them from that. And then ideally this whole cone just comes right out. Can't do the same on the smaller one because it's just glued right to the frame. But under here, if I'm lucky, it won't be glued to the frame, and if I take this ring off, this whole cone will just come right out, and I can do all the cleaning I want underneath. So let's give it a shot. Alright. Now, you guys can see what I've been talking about when I say this thing is just nasty inside. Now I can clean all that crap off. What I have been doing was just trying to go through here, and I was trying to kind of scraping some of this rust, but now I can really get the rust remover going, get all this clean out. Yeah, I can definitely see there's some crap down in there. But now I should be able to get it all out. No problem. So thanks guys for the suggestion. Also, I'm going to do a little looking around online to see if I can buy myself a replacement cone while I'm at it. Although this one seems to be pretty decent. One thing I don't like though is this GC service cement. It ends up drying pretty hard. It's kind of like nail polish. In the past I've used Eileen's Tacky Fabric Glue, and I kind of like that better. Not that you need a whole lot of give. I mean, the thing's supposed to vibrate in and out. Not like the paper's not supposed to be fluxing too much, but yeah, it's this set up a bit harder than I had expected. While I wait for the rust to dissolve on the larger speaker frame, I thought I would take another look at the smaller speaker. Posted some comments on the Philco forum showing my progress with the speakers, and I got a tip that it may indeed be possible to remove the cone safely from this speaker by soaking the outer border with some acetone. So that's what I've been doing for the last 15 minutes or so. Just dipped a brush in the acetone and been applying it right around the edge. So the way the smaller speaker works is we have a paper cone, and then there's like a cardboard outer ring. So I'm trying to free up the cardboard from the metal. And this edge is starting to soften up. So I think this might actually be possible. It's a little tough to get into some areas, so where we've got a gap here, I can get a screwdriver in there and start prying it up, but in other areas like here, there's really no gap, so I can't like just plunge in there and pry it up very easily without tearing it all up. So I'm thinking I can start at one of these corners here and kind of start working my way around. And boy, yeah, that's actually freed up more than I realized. So yeah, wow, this actually might work out quite nicely. There we go. Alright, so it's not too bad, I guess. See the voice coil there. And now you can see how really nasty this thing is. Much worse than the other speaker. Especially down in this area of the frame, man, that's nasty. And you can see how they're all, you can see why this voice coil was rubbing in here from all this corrosion down in here. Alright, so I will get the rust remover working on this speaker frame now too. So, I know in the last segment I said I'll probably be firing these up this weekend. Well, that's not going to happen. Maybe in a few days. It's probably going to take me at least 2 or 3 days to get the rust off of these. And I got to make a decision, do I want to reinstall these cones? The larger one, sure, why not? It's in pretty good shape. But the smaller one, I think I might wait until I get some new cones that arrive, because no matter what, I would really like to replace this cone. It's just so beat up. And I don't want to go through having to install this one just to try it out. And then tear it out again when the new cone arrives. But we'll see. It ended up taking me about 4 or 5 days. But I finally got all the rust out. It wasn't actually too bad around the voice coil slot there, but it was really bad in the corners of the frames. So I do plan on slapping on some primer before these start rusting, but of course I can't put primer down in here because it'll block things up. Now, do these actually work any better, or rather do the voice coils move more freely? Let's see. I did order up some cones and various other supplies from Mad Electronics. I'm not sure if they'll fit or not, but considering they're only like $1.50 each, give it a try. If not, well, I'll just see about reusing these. Alright. Yeah, much better. I don't know why you guys can see that, but yeah, there's no binding whatsoever now. Let's check the other one. So I could just glue these cones right back in right now and be done with it. And I probably will for the larger one, although I won't be gluing it in, rather I meant to reattach the frame around the perimeter. Get the screw out first. It's one nice thing about having this type of spider and voice coils, that as long as they're not damaged, I don't really need to put any shims or anything in there, because this keeps it perfectly centered. So, oh yeah, check that out. much nicer. So I think this cone's going to work out just fine. Plenty of travel, no binding, no scraping whatsoever. Still got some nice spring left to it. So there's one really nasty one on this part, is the output transformer. That's really grungy. I'll do what I can around here. I'm contemplating drilling out the rivets and unmounting it so I can really get in there. I decided to just go ahead and remove the output transformer. Turned out to be pretty easy. Just a little bit of drilling and then a little tap from a Phillips screwdriver and a hammer, knocked the rivets right out, and here's a transformer. Now I can get rid of that nasty corrosion on the frame and clean up this transformer a bit and then remount it with some bolts. I'm going to end this segment here while I continue on with the rust removal process. Hopefully in the next segment we can finally hear what these speakers can do.